Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another book video. So I cannot leave you guys hanging. I have to tell you whether or not if I finished my October TBR. So let's get into it. Okay. I am locked and ready to go. I cannot believe I put this many books on my TBR for October, but I am so proud of myself. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, Wildfire. Yes, I did in fact finish Wildfire. I gave this book a 3.25. It is a part of the Maple Hills series, the first book being Icebreaker, and I actually ended up dropping my rating on Icebreaker after reading this because although in my opinion the author did a much better job of not having like plot holes and just throwing things in for drama, you can definitely see her growth in this book. It still was kind of like the same feel. I gave it 3.2. I dropped Icebreaker down to a 3, and I can say that I definitely liked the female main character much better in this book and the male main character much better in this book. Again, it was a lot of Henry in this book, so good thing Henry is the next book because clearly the author wants to write about Henry. Okay, just to kind of give you some information on this book, basically it's about this girl who is having daddy issues. Daddy issues seems to be like a theme in Hannah Grace's books thus far, but she has daddy issues and she doesn't want to be around her family, so she opts to go to a summer camp that she used to go to when she was younger and didn't want to deal with her family issues. And she runs into a guy that she had a one-night stand with back at school. He is also running away from daddy issues, and basically they are trying to avoid each other because there's like miscommunication in their one-night stand, and it's like eek, don't want to see you, don't want to be around you, but they end up like still kind of feeling each other and checking each other out, and that's how the story unfolds. A good little cozy romance. Still too long. Still a little bit too long. We frolicked a little bit too long. I didn't need all that. So definitely think a good 100 pages could be cut out. So yeah, 3.2. I do still recommend this series. It's cute. It's a fluffy romance. Like it's not, it's doing what it needs to do. Okay. This is only the author's second book, and I'm sorry, for that only being her second book, she did a really good job. I think it's important to know that I'm not bashing her at all. She writes well. It's just a little bit too long, and just things that I'm sure will change as her writing develops. Like I said, I saw tons of improvement in this book anyways. Okay, and the second book that I read, I don't have the physical copy of, but it was Phantasma. Remember I was saying like I didn't know if I was going to read it. I didn't know if it was going to be like trying to be like demonic, or it was mentions of like devils, and it was fine. It was fine, guys. It's not biblical devils. It's like folklore, and it's like multiple of them, and they're not even really that prevalent in the story. But anyways, basically this is like a creepy Halloween fall book. It gave all the little creepy feels that you need. Basically, this girl lives in New Orleans. I really couldn't get a feel for what era or time it was. There was mention of cars, but there was also a mention of like horse and carriages, so no idea. Basically, as all New Orleans vibes are, it's creepy, it's voodoo, it's magic everywhere. She is a necromancer, and she's just inherited her powers, and her sister comes up missing, so she goes to this trial to try to find her sister, so to speak, and she runs into this phantom, and the phantom and her have a romance. So I would not go into this like super romancy. It's more fantasy. It's more spooky season. Definitely not going to be going in. This is not The Notebook. You know, like, I think it's best to set that expectation for you, that there is spice in this book, there is romance in this book, but you're going into it for the trials, you're going into it for the backstory, you're going into it for a pure fantasy aspect. So that's how I approached it, and with me approaching it that way, I liked it. Let me see what my rating was. Let's see, I gave it 4 stars. Okay, I gave it 4 stars, and I've seen some bad reviews for this book, but I think, in my opinion, it's the people who approached it thinking that it was going to be The Notebook, and it's like, no, it's fantasy. So yeah, I really thought it was good. Some very interesting magical aspects in it. Unique magic system. The love interest was unique. I mean, you have a phantom. This is also not a standalone. This is a series. It's going to be a series, and the next one I think is called Enchantment or something like that, and your girl will be moving on to that one too. So yeah, you got me. There was a good, interesting plot twist, interesting storyline, something that I haven't seen before. So we gave it a solid 4. I do recommend this book. It doesn't have to be a Halloween read. It's a fantasy book. Fantasies just feel more fantasy during, you know, spooky season and fall, but I mean, there's no really. On my list was One Dark Window, and yes, your girl read One Dark Window, and it's a good thing I did, because my special editions of One Dark Window and Twisted Crown came in. Can you imagine buying the special editions of a book you've never read and hating it? So, did I hate this book? Absolutely not. This book did not disappoint. I gave it 4.5 stars. It was really good. I know that this is like a 6-star read for people. And I will say this. I've never encountered a world like this, a magic system like this. I think that it was very interesting. Very interesting. It was definitely a page turner. Where it left off, I literally wanted to hop into the second book, but I'm waiting. And there's no info dumping. So what you will find with a lot of fantasy books is they want you to know what the world is like. They want you to know the magic system. So they just do an info dump. In Fourth Wing, the info dump comes when she's walking on the parapet, and to get out of her head, she's reciting all the facts and history. That's an info dump disguised as a scene in the book. In Akatar and Akamath, when they're all sitting at the table having a conversation, and they go into this story and they're telling her all about the history, that is a info dump from the author for you to understand the magic system better. I hate info dumps because my brain does not retain information that way. In this book, she crumb feeds it to you. She sprinkles bits and pieces of the magic system, how it works throughout the whole story, and it just continues to unfold. Much better, fast-paced, page turner. The end of it dropped me off a cliff. Like I said, they had me immediately wanting to go into the next one. I have nothing bad to say about this book. I definitely recommend you reading it. I liked it, and yeah, still got the bookmark in it. Let's take that out. I said that I was going to read Tender is the Flesh. This is considered a horror book, and I did read it, and I did get scared, and then I was okay. I would not say it's not that the book is scary per se. The idea of this dystopian world is creepy. So basically, the world is no longer able to consume animal products. They have determined that animals have a virus that is fatal to humans, so you cannot consume milk, you can't consume cheese, you can't consume any of that. So they have decided to clone humans, and these humans are grown like cattle. They're and they're used their meat. So your steak is the steak of a human. Your milk is breast milk. Your cheese is the breast milk turned into cheese. Your butter is the breast milk turned into butter. Literally, you like liver, your liver is the liver of one of these humans. Every single animal product that you were used to comes from these clones. Now, what makes this a little bit creepier is like just humanity and their reaction to this, you know, like how they're just like so blase, like, oh, okay, I need my meat, so by any means necessary. And the way how the kids who come into the world who never experience animal meat, how to them it's just like, oh, that's a product. That's not a mom, that's not a dad, that's just a product over there. And how the black market is, you know, because there's always going to be a black market, right? There's always going to be people getting kidnapped and snatched up because there's a black market for the same meat and these same organs, and it's crazy. It was crazy. It was wild, but it was interesting. Very interesting book. The underlying theme of the book basically is humanity, and it just gives you like a slap in the face, because as you're reading and things unfold and you see how the world is, it dawns on you like, this is probably how people will react. This is literally probably how, I don't know if they would go as far as cloning humans for the meat, but I'm just saying the thought process and the callousness and all that's how people would react. And it just makes you think like, wow, are we really like that as humans? It also made me just be like, plant-based is the way to go, okay? But anyways, yes, this book is very interesting and not what you think it would be. Very, very good. And the ending, what? The ending slapped me in the face and had me going. I gave it a 3.5. I did. I gave it 3.5. So that is a solid, and it's a short read, which is why I was able to get it in under, you know, the wire. But yeah, I definitely recommend Tender is the Flesh. That's a good read. So let's lighten the load a little, okay? I said that I was gonna read Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Guys, I did not get to read this in October. I literally started reading this November 1st. So I was like, I can't add it in. I can't. So I did not get this one in October, but it will fall over into my November TBR. Spoiler alert. And let's see. Okay, and then I said that I was going to read Kiss It Better. I did read this and I did get the Audible, and it was everything I needed it to be. This book was so good. The Audible was chef's kiss. I love a good freaking Audible, okay? It pulled me and sucked me in. So basically, this is in the Crenshaw Kings series, and this follows Bashar Compton. Okay, Bashar Compton is an attorney, and he, in the other books, you're aware that he's an attorney, you're aware that he has a girlfriend, and he has a girlfriend, Nikki, who is just crazy. And you just, when you read the other books, you get crumbs of their relationship, and you're just thinking the whole time, why is he with her? Well, that is answered in this book, why he is with her. And just the detail of going in, because it's multiple point of views. So you get his point of view, you get her point of view, and just to see the way like her brain thinks and how she's viewing the relationship versus how he views the relationship. And just the character development, to see him as a child in one book and an adult in this book, and to see the similarities in his characteristics, but he's just grown, was very interesting. Very fast paced, lots of drama. Let me see, what else can I don't want to give too much away. I kind of want you to go into it blind, so I don't want to give you too much. But yeah, all I can say is the romance was romancing. There were some parts in this book where it was just so like lovey that it made me be like, oh, let me call my boyfriend. Like, I'm telling you, the romance was romancing, and it was fast paced, and there was lots of drama and lots of twists, and it was just good. It was good. It made me change. I'm just gonna stop there. It's good. Make sure you read it. If you are someone who loves Audibles, this is a really good Audible too. So this is also in Kindle Unlimited, so you could read it for free, or you could buy this beautiful hardcover. Whatever. Okay, do you? But it is in Kindle Unlimited. Okay, then the last book I believe I said I was gonna read, Firefly Lane. Okay, didn't get to it. I did not get to it. I didn't. And a lot of it is going to be the fact that I sat on Phantasma. I had about 2 or 3 days that I sat on Phantasma that I didn't read it. And that's a pretty thickie. It's a pretty thick book. If I had of like sped up with Phantasma, I probably could have gotten this one under the wire. Definitely could have got Pumpkin Spice Cafe. So for that, I am proud, because that is a total of 5 books that I got in October. That is a really good number for me, considering I'm not a full-time like booktuber. I don't have the hours to dedicate to reading, but I'm definitely picking up the pace in my reading. I'm reading faster, but yet still consuming, so that's fun. So yeah, guys, I have already compiled and built up what is going to be in my November TBR. So if you are interested in that, make sure to look for that video. It'll be coming out pretty soon. Pretty soon. These are going to be coming out pretty close together because the month is already going. But yeah, guys, that's that on that. Oh, for Kiss It Better, I did not say my rating. Pretty sure I gave this a 5-star, but let me just double check. I did. I gave this one 5-star. Okay, I'm looking at my review on Goodreads, cracking up. Listen, like I said in my Goodreads, a floral arrangement, hate to see Bashar coming. That's all I'm going to say. A floral arrangement, hate to see Bashar Compton coming down the block. All right, guys. So that's all I have for you. Make sure to comment down below if you've read any of these books, if you plan on reading these books. And as always, love ya. Mean it. Bye. Deuces. That's how we fall out. That's how we fall out. That's how we fall out. That's how we fall out.